A man takes on an adventure task for the first time. Unexpectedly, he encounters the legendary Goblin Emperor. However, the rookie doesn't know this. He thought it was just an ordinary goblin. Little did he know that the girl next to him was almost scared silly. You should know that the enemy is an extreme threat. Just one of them is enough to easily destroy a city. But Noor's attitude surprised the girl a bit. He said not to be afraid because the other party is just a goblin. This also made the girl finally understand something. It turns out that in the eyes of the instructor, even the Goblin Emperor is no different from an ordinary goblin. Not long ago, Lin became Noor's apprentice. With the help of her B-rank adventurer, A-rank Noor finally had the opportunity to take on a subjugation task, although it's just a simple goblin commission. But this also made Noor very surprised. After all, which rookie adventurer in the world hasn't killed a goblin? This is a classic rookie task, so he immediately accepted the commission from the guild president. But this eager look made Lin a little puzzled. The instructor is so powerful. Why is he so excited to fight a goblin? She didn't think much about it at this time. After all, she definitely can't guess the mind of a master. So after the two got the task information, they immediately left the city and went to the outskirts of the Forest of Beasts. 2.5 hours later, they arrived at the Forest of Beasts. Noor was a bit nervous about doing the task for the first time. On the way, he asked what kind of monster the goblin was. Lin couldn't help but think when she heard this. Sure enough, a real master disdains to take on low-level tasks. Otherwise, how could the instructor not know about goblins? So she started to popularize this kind of monster to Noor. Goblins reproduce very quickly. Therefore, humans often carry out large-scale killings, but they will not exterminate them, because leaving a certain number of survivors is beneficial to the ecology of the forest. But soon the two found something wrong. They should have encountered the remaining goblins long ago, but there was no anomaly until the depths. At this time, it was still Noor who found the disharmony in the mist. I saw a goblin that had been chopped in half in the distance. At the same time, Lin also used magic to eliminate concealment. The next second, a huge goblin appeared in front of them out of thin air. Noor was stunned when he saw this. Is this the weak monster that people often talk about? I didn't expect it to be so huge when I met it face to face. At first he was a little skeptical, but the green skin and walking on 2 feet. These characteristics are exactly the same as what I heard. Sure enough, this is a goblin. Do all adventurers handle these guys like they're nothing? In Noor's view, Lin is a delicate girl after all. It's inevitable to be nervous when encountering monsters. Little did they know that the two were not on the same channel at all. She knew the enemy's strength as soon as she met the monster, a subspecies of the Goblin King that is considered an extreme threat. The Goblin Emperor is a monster created from genetic manipulation by man. Just one is enough to destroy a city. It wasn't until Noor comforted that this was just an ordinary goblin, Lin realized that even such a powerful monster, in front of the instructor, it's just a weakling. The battle begins. The giant wood in the enemy's hand is easily parried by Noor. The huge power is like a decoration in front of him. Every move is accurately bounced off by the black sword. At the same time, Lin cooperates to launch a magic attack. For a time, the two of them have the upper hand. However, the recovery power of the Goblin Emperor is very strong. Even if Noor keeps parrying attacks, it's a bit reluctant to protect Lin. The consumption of physical strength far exceeds the body's load, and the wounds on the enemy's body are constantly recovering. It is continuously recovering power through the mana stone on its forehead. After discovering this, they decided to target the destruction of the mana stone first. Soon Noor thought of something. Let Lin release magic against his back. He himself put the sword on his back. So with the cooperation of the two, Noor jumped to the top of the Goblin Emperor. A sword chopped down the mana stone. The Goblin Emperor who lost the mana stone fell into madness. It can no longer pose a threat. Lin used a high-level fire magic to end the enemy. Looking at the first resolved goblin, Noor realized that he couldn't be too confident in himself. In the future, do less dangerous things. Next time you fight a goblin, still need to exercise more and become stronger before considering. In the evening, the two returned to the guild to hand in tasks. The guild president thought Noor had only solved the ordinary goblin. The guild president even teased Noor if he was scared to pee. Noor also knew it was a joke, said he only played a little role. If it weren't for Lin, God knows what kind of death he would be. Guild president, you are right. I didn't expect the goblin to be such a terrifying monster. Fortunately, its weakness is the mana stone on the forehead. Hearing this, the guild president was confused. What mana stone on the forehead? Does the goblin have this kind of thing on its body? Are you really fighting a goblin? Noor firmly answered that it was definitely a goblin, and Lin on the side affirmed this statement. Since the instructor said so, it must be an ordinary goblin. The guild president didn't say much when he heard the words, but let them hand over the goblin's left ear. This is proof of completing the task. But where do the two of them have these? They burned the goblin a long time ago. On the other side, Lin reported the matter of the Goblin Emperor. This is also one of the reasons she didn't say it in the guild. That mana stone was also held in the hands of Prince Rain, and in his mouth also learned. The Goblin Emperor is likely to be created by the magical empire. What's worse, the mana stone may be the demon's heart provided by the holy theocracy of Mitra. This vaguely represents that the two countries seem to have joined forces. They performed high-level secret skills on the Goblin Emperor, and let it quietly lurk in the Forest of Beasts. If it weren't for the accidental discovery of Noor and two people, this monster may give the kingdom a fatal blow at a critical moment. Prince Rain said that other areas may also have similar situations, so I collected suspicious events in the past 3 months. Perhaps the series of events in this report will become one of Noor's adventure tasks in the future.